Hello everyone. You guys, I can't even. Oh my God, I picked the wrong live stream and started it. So now I've hopped over here. We'll give everybody a few minutes to join. Hey Sharon. Hey Carrie. Good to see you over here. And Tilla letting everybody know we're switching streams. And Dennis. Hey, glad you got here quickly. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh my God. Everyone says StreamYard is super easy, and in theory it is, but when you don't know it, you really screw it up. Hey, TutuQCat, I always get you some messages. I will get to them a little bit later. So I'm glad Attila has it. Thanks. And hey, here's Air Fry Auntie, and Gigi's here. All right, so I have to start my spiel all over again. So luckily, looks like audio is good again. Yay. The video seems a little more crisp, although I got myself some eyeglasses reflection, which, yeah, we'll just have to live with that part. But it's way less fuzzy, so that's good. And then tonight I have a couple things going on. Let's see, and just to say hello, hopefully I see Gigi's here, Sharon's here, Carrie's here, Air Fry and Auntie, and amazing Attila, the moderator, who's helping let people know that I made an oopsie on this live stream. So let's see. And Dennis is here. Good to see. Yeah, man, it's so freaking cold. I'm not a happy camper. Other than I know it's good for my work because I work in a place where having cold weather increases revenue. But I personally hate the cold weather. I am ready for August when it is like Satan's front porch. That's my jam. So, all right, now we're on the correct live stream. Pork is next week, and it is delicious. And I even have some beef in the freezer all ready for it. But tonight is chicken tikka nuggets. That's what I've been waiting for. The other thing I have tonight that I'm going to get going because it is cold is that I have mushroom coffee. And it's a little hard to see on the live stream because the package is like super stupid shiny. It's actually holographic, so in person, well, you can sort of see it on the live stream. It does that holographic color changing stuff. This brand is Everyday Dose. It's not the mud water. The mud water is a bit out of my price range. You guys know I have seltzer. It's just going to be off the camera. And I'll talk to you about the Everyday Dose and how I wound up with that. And but let's get it made and get our chicken nuggets going because everything takes time. So according to this, it says add 1 to 2 scoops into your mug. Add water 3 to 7 ounces. Froth it for 20 to 30 seconds. Foam's better in cold, but I'm using hot because it's 8 outside, and that's not what the wind chill. The wind chill has taken it to like -10, so it's just gonna froth less. And then it says add your favorite milk, ice, or sweetener if your sexy self desires. Well, my sexy self desires hot water, so we're doing it straight up. And also, I will tell you, it came with this cool spoon, which it's dirty now because I stuck it in the powder, but it's black. And then it also came with, you'll recognize this kind of thing from Keto Brains. This is the canister for the double frother. Now, I'll show you just a second here. Let me set that to the side. We'll refer to that package again in a minute. This is the Keto Brains one. They're both USB charger, but this is it to the Everyday Dose one. It didn't come with extra parts. And the Keto Brains has an interchangeable head. This head is only a single frother, so it's a half width, so it won't be as explosively frothy if you're doing like your electrolytes or something. So that is one thing that I was like, well, gosh, you know, all things considered equal, fancier frother. I will say that the Keto Brains is USB. It's micro USB chargeable. That's what I was trying to get out. And this one is USB-C. Oh, Rocky Mountain Girl. Holy guacamole. Wind chill is -17. Yeah, I can no longer go outside at that sort of temperature. Let me get some water. Let's put some in there. We want to make sure that I don't put so much in there that it, overflows the cup, which I may have done. Who knows? If so, we just pulse it out. We're okay. Of course, the stuff is all at the bottom. It looks like coffee. It's mushrooms, and I'll go through all of the details. But mostly, I just wanted to get my nice warm drink going. A little more. Was that 30 seconds? I don't know. And Rickwin says when it gets that cold, all I want to do is hibernate. Yeah, must be part bear. I'll tell you. I also have the desire to hibernate, and I took today as a completely lazy sort of day. And I will also say I was not exactly the most yesterday either. So I got to get back on it tomorrow and not be lazy because I was doing so good on like injury recovery and doing my full-blown workouts and all of that. So we don't want to let that go. But you smell it. It smells, well, like coffee, which is fine because, that's what I'm looking for. So, okay. It's too hot for me to drink. I was at 185, so we'll give it a couple minutes to cool down before I take that first sip. Let's see. Air Fry Nanny says she has she's super frothed a few coffees in her day. Oh yeah, at KPL, remember the first time we used the Keto Brains one and it kind of went all over the table. Oops. And Carrie says 13 days for 2 years coffee free, but he's no longer caffeine free. But he's doing okay using the cacao. It's clean and he's moderating it. Well, that's all very important. I'm glad that you are able to enjoy it and hope that continues for you. Ooh, a CAT scan. Oh, that's good. If you don't have any felines to bring to it, that's all right. They'll get you. Let's see. I'm glad for you because cacao is real nice. Let's see. So let's see. All right. So chicken tikka nuggets. All right, you guys. I've got my pound of chicken, and I'm gonna play it by ear on some of the stuff because for whatever reason, I was thinking that I got 2 pounds ground up, but it's only 1, so I may have some extra. Whatever. The oven is preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I've got a parchment covered sheet pan there. This is going to seem familiar. 1 egg. And then this part's not going to seem familiar. Salt and pepper. Pasted up garlic and ginger. And all of the ingredients are in the description. However, they don't have measurements because a lot of this is going to be a personal preference. And I will tell you that tikka and masala both are heavily seasoned. And that is something that a lot of palates aren't quite used to in this part of the world. So if you're not used to it, you want to dial it back some. Now, I have also my chili powder. And I did put a preferred chili powder, but let me tell you, just regular old chili powder will work just fine. So you can get like a not spicy chili powder if you want. Let's see. Now the messages are flying. Oh, hey, Hungry Heath, good to see you. Carrie says I'm trying to assault you all with the salt. Maybe a little, but there was pepper too. Then I have cumin. I am heavy-handed with the cumin. I grew up with cumin as a very a prominent flavor in our dishes, so I like more cumin than a lot of people. Then I also have my garam masala powder. And this is where you will need to use your judgment because garam masala is sweet and spicy at the same time. I love the smell of garam masala. So I'm just going all out. And then ground coriander. Now, when you have coriander and it's pretty new, it's I can't even explain it. It's slightly citrusy and it does have a nice powerful punch. But if your coriander has gotten a little aged, it will be greatly diminished. So fresher is better. And there we go. Let's see. Sharon says she likes the rain because it doesn't have to be shoveled. I hear that. We're lucky that it was very light. Oh, Hunger Heath is laughing. Not spicy chili powder. You know, not everybody loves it hot like I do. So I'm going to make sure that there are all the options. And Carrie agrees. More cumin. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start giving this a little bit of a mix. Actually, I have gloves over here because it's a better mix than using the spatula. And I don't like, it's fine if you want to put your hands in there, but I don't like chicken because it will get under the fingernails. And I just feel like I can't easily scrub that out, you know, with a quick wash under the sink. So I have some gloves over here once I want to dig in here, and I will when we get the cheese, but I want to get it started with my spatula here. So it's a little extra salt. Let me grab that. There we go. All right, we'll take a minute here. And these don't take a huge long time to cook, but because we've got a lot of steps, we might go over, and that's all right. But I wanted you to know that this is not going to be that bright candy apple red that you see in restaurants with tikka, because we have no tomato. We're not making a gravy, so we're not having masala, and we're not adding the food coloring that sometimes get added. I can't see any real reason to add red food coloring. I'm fine with beige and brown. Let's see. Oh, okay. Some questions about Air Frying Auntie is asking if coriander is another spice or if it comes from something else. And other people have answered that it comes from cilantro, but it doesn't taste like cilantro. Instead of that, boy, I don't even know what the right word is for how cilantro tastes. For me, it's very, very, very herbaceous, and then a lot of people get like a soapy taste. But coriander is the seed, and it's been dried and then powdered, and it becomes a nice citrusy sweet. Not quite lemon, but very reminiscent of lemon. So let's see. But yeah, so it's worth trying it, you know, because it is completely different. The seeds don't taste like the leaves. Anyways, I've got a good thing going here. Now, the next item that I have, this is going to sound familiar for those of you who have been making keto-fied chicken nuggets. Yeah, I don't want anybody to think that this is a regular chicken nugget recipe. This is a keto-fied chicken nugget. So it's going to be different. Let's try it. I haven't tried this yet, by the way. Interesting. I'm sorry, I really have to get in there and taste it. It's very instant coffee flavor. Not that that's a bad thing. That's fine, as long as you know what you're expecting. And we'll talk about that again. Like I said, I'm going to go through the everyday dose. Now, here's another two ingredients. The liquid ingredients. Yes, I know, liquid. I've got a little bit of apple cider vinegar and lime juice, but this is too much lime juice, so I'm not using all of it. Just a bit. We're going to get this mixed in. I know, right? But there are essential flavors for tikka flavor. So, like I said, it's very citrus forward, spicy and citrusy. So it really gets like some balance. But that does mean there's some changes to some of the processes that we might use simply because of that factor. Because now our meat has an awful lot of moisture in it. A lot. So the last thing I have here is some paneer cheese. Now, if you've got commercial paneer or you've made your own, you know that you press it and you squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze the liquid out of it. And then it's a solid block that you can cut and you can fry and you can boil it and you can do all those things. So why does it look like this, Maitreya? Well, this is my NutriBullet, my mini NutriBullet cup. I took those hunks of cheese and then I blended it. And I blended it enough that it has become slightly, the moisture has gotten back into it. So it's a little bit pasty. And that's fine. If it's crumbly, that's fine. If it's clumped together like this, that's fine. Because now we probably are going to don those gloves and dig in. And I think because I was thinking I had 2 pounds of ground meat, I did too much of the paneer. So I'll have to cover it up and put it away after the live stream. All right, let's just get in here. It's just going to be faster. And it gives us a good feel for how our stuff is coming together. Let's see, Air Fry Nanny says, soap cilantro tastes like soap and gives her a horrible heartburn. So maybe she'll get a little of it from a friend. Yeah, again, the cilantro, coriander seeds, they're completely, because it's the seed, it's completely different. Just like if you eat like a sunflower leaves in a salad, you know, they're very tart and highly, they've got that green sort of taste to it. But if you, just trying to think, but sunflower seeds don't taste like dandelion greens, which is what sunflower greens taste like. So I would say give it a taste on something. So I'm going to just get in here and mush it all together. I hear movement upstairs. So how's everybody dealing with all of this weather fronts? There's been, oh my goodness, it's just been crazy tornadoes. And we put cheese in here as kind of a binder. You can, if you want to, add in a little bit of a flour or, you know, things if you want to. And then, but I can tell you that if you do that, you'll need to go ahead and do a traditional breading where you would put you'd shape it and put it in the egg and then into our breading. But this way, because our mixture is so, has so much liquid in it, it'll hold together, but adding the egg layer, it gets too gloppy. And we're actually going to make sure that I don't get chicken on my mouse. Move some, let me see. I'm going to move this direction. Trying to keep my only one hand in the stuff. There we go. So I can bring my tray over here. So what else we got going on? Somebody asked me some questions. So let's see. Oh, Carrie says he loves cilantro. He doesn't have the gene to make it taste soapy. It's very fortunate. I don't either. I love cilantro, but also, you know, I know that there's a gene, but I grew up eating it, and I always wonder if that's also a contributing factor. Like, I literally, until I moved to the East, had never heard of people who didn't like cilantro or who tasted soap. In the Southwest, everybody ate it all the time. And like nobody complained. And I don't know if that's because, you know, our town was poor or if it was just because I have no idea. No rhyme or reason. Oh God, you guys, it's so nice smelling. So, all right, now we're going to do it. I'm going to take these and precariously try and glob it together. That's the technical term for what we're going to do right now. Glob it together and make myself my nugget. And then what I've got here is pork rind crumbs with a little bit of coconut flour. Very important. Again, I go back to how much moisture is in the nugget itself. So, and also because we're using raw chicken, it has to cook for at least 20 minutes. So we're making sure that you know, that the coating's not going to singe and burn. And the coconut flour contributes to a nice crisp, but also helps prevent it from getting too burny. And I just put a little bit of the garam masala again to continue to highlight that flavor of the tikka. So, and also I don't want the coating to be too heavy, but let me bring this up. I'm sorry because my gloves are all gross, but I want you to see how it looks ahead of time. So there you go. So you can see that's why I don't put it in the egg batter. It's plenty, there's plenty of liquid in there to keep it well coated. And you can make these multiple sizes too. You don't want to make them different sizes in one batch, but like if you wanted to make these into like patty sized, that would be fine. But for us, we will kind of want to make them all the same. I am making them a little bigger than like your regular chicken nuggets. Rocky Mountain Girl is asking what could be substituted for the garam masala. Well, there wouldn't be tikka flavored, but you could easily go curry. Get the nice curry powder, which has a nice spice blend to it, and mix in some paprika. It wouldn't be the same, but it would be very tasty. Curry nuggets sound good, right? At least I think they do. Let's see. Make sure that I get my little edges here. Okay, and Air Fry Annie is asking about upcoming conventions. So once these get in the oven, that'll be one of our topics that we talk about. Let's see. Carrie saying, let's see. What could be substitute for the garam masala? The chicken won't be cold if I coat it real good. Oh, Carrie, I love these jokes. They're hilarious. You're on point tonight. And Rickwin says, with all of the spices, he would guess. She would guess for Far East. Yes. Yeah, actually, Southeastern Asian, actually. And again, that's going to be some information upcoming as well. But yeah, Rocky Mountain Girl's never seen garam masala in a little corner of the world. So here's a good news. I believe, ooh, they'll have to correct me if I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure that Shelly and Heath over on the Hungry Heath channel recently actually made a garam masala mix of their own. And so they actually would have that in one of their videos. And if I don't know that I've seen the warden, but the warden, if the warden happens to show up, can pull up that video and pop in the link. Or Shauna, if you happen to remember and you track it down, throw it in there so people can see it. Because garam masala is another mix of spices, but personally, I am okay. My nuggets get a little excessive, so I have to back it down just a smidge. Sorry that this is the not exciting part, just throwing nuggets together. So let's see. Oh, Carrie says the cacao is helping his mind with the jokes. Hilarious. So I don't know about that part, but we'll go with it. Then I have to even out my panko again because I was emptying the middle of it. So anyway, so see, these are some gigantic chicken nuggets. Obviously, I'm not eating all of these nuggets tonight. So just so you know, even though they'll be fully cooked, they're also really easy to reheat. You just pop them into the air fryer at 380 for 3 to 4 minutes. So super easy. Let's see. Hungry Geese says we bought it in a bag and poured it into a jar for storage. Oh, okay. I thought you guys made your own garam masala. In that case, after maybe Tuesday-ish, I'll try and get it all together, the spice blend, and post it in the comments so that you can make your own if you don't have access to a pre-bagged garam masala. It is currently going through like a trending right now, so some of your regular groceries might start carrying it, but they're going to charge you way too much money for it as compared to an Asian grocery or an Indian specific grocery. You can also buy it very easily online at on any of the big retailers. So there's also that as an option. Just rolling these around. Actually, I spent like a lot of this weekend working on conventions since Shauna brought it up, but none of them are really soon, because the big convention that I used to do in January was OhioCon, and you know, we're no longer supporting them, and we are actively supporting the boycott. We do know of a charity that is trying to host an event, you know, adjacent to OhioCon. So, the morbid curiosity, you know, but also since the gaming store and the charity will be there, a bunch of us are going down there to make sure that money that they might have normally gotten from us at OhioCon will continue to get their charitable contributions. And so, as will some of the businesses we support. So we're going to make sure we go and head and do that. There's also some big national figure skating type competitions. So I'm very interested. You know, it's going to be quite the hubbub downtown this coming weekend here in Columbus, Ohio. All right. So my nuggets are a little out of control. I'm going to make two that are going to get a little extra crispy because it's too much for one nugget. But so I'm going to make two slightly smaller nuggets. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, of course, I'm going to throw some panko on my counter. That's all right. Get some cleaner and wipe it down since there's some chicken. Always got to be something, right? Okay, this one is definitely extra small. It's going to cook faster than the other ones, especially this beast over here. Oh, Sharon says next weekend she'll be in the city for the woodworker show. Oh man, there's a woodworker show too. It's going to be bustling in Columbus. Absolutely insane. Hopefully we don't get like dumped on with snow. You know, that would be a questionable event. All right, let me get these gloves off. And I'm going to just take a minute. Sorry to turn my back on you guys, but I have to put the nuggets in the oven. And the oven is not an item I can bring and swoop, put over here. So, but check them out though. Aren't they awesome looking? These are ginormous. These are not nuggets. I should have made each of these half this size, but we'll just cook them a little longer, 25 minutes. They're like halfway to a chicken patty. I'm gonna keep talking, but pop out a camera for a second, just to get rid of that dust there, because you can't reuse stuff that you put raw chicken into. Grab this, get my counter, then I can get some cleaner, and then we can chat. I'm gonna wash my hands twice. I know, crazy pants, but it is better in the long run. So let's see. While we just go through this, Rocky Mountain Girl says if it's going to be this cold, there should be a foot of snow on the ground. You know what? I'm okay with just the dusting that we have. Once we get a foot, then it becomes like extra hard for the dog, but not as if it isn't hard enough already. Is this what I want? Yes, it is. Trying to make some space, and I don't want cleaner on my dinner plate. And then we'll talk about this in a second too. I'd like to do the whole counter, but then that's going to have to clean off all my coffee over here. So we'll just get this part, and I'll get the rest after the stream. That's all right. This is good enough for the moment. All the part where we had food is done. All right, there we go. Bleached. All right, so anyways, let's see. I'm trying to reach in here. Let's see. Carrie says I would have to have my little dog to vacuum since he is a Dyson. Well, he tries his best. Let me tell you, if a little bit of food falls on the floor, he is there lickety split to try and help you clean it up. And then let's see. Air Fry Nanny says that's not a Hungry Heath recipe, but it looks like a good garam masala recipe. Awesome. And then Carrie says I was throwing coating everywhere. She has a Dyson, which he hasn't seen. He was just here a second ago, or at least I thought I heard him. Hungry He says croquette. Yes, they're kind of like croquettes instead of nuggets, but that's good enough. Carrie says he's not looking forward to Tuesday and Wednesday. It's supposed to be a hard freeze for them down there. Oh, Texas getting a hard freeze. We'd rather have triple-digit heat compared to cold. Goodness. Well, just do your best to stay warm. Bundle up. Lots of layers. Layers are what's critical for staying warm. If you're not accustomed to it, layers are what's the best thing. A lot of times people think that the key is like, the biggest, heaviest thing you can put on. But actually, multiple layers do better because it'll take your body heat, and then that will bleed through, and then it'll circulate in some of the air between the layers. And then you want an insulating layer on the outside. That's where your puffy coats come in. Let me set a timer for 20 minutes to check these so I don't forget. Actually, I did 15, and then that way we can flip them. Let's see. Carrie says he's been doing layers in the house and layers when he sleeps at night. He has to remind us of Ralphie from A Christmas Story. That's me. When I go, I need so many. I need, my undershirt, my other undershirt, and then my T-shirt, and then a hoodie, and then, a scarf, a hat, and then a coat. And yeah, that's definitely been me before. So, okay. So anyways, let's talk about this part. The everyday dose. So I get like a lot of requests for people asking me about mushroom coffee. And that's because mud water was very trendy on the internet and had a lot of stuff too. But I don't have any issue with mud water, but I ran across this one. Jennifer told me about it, and I started looking at it, and I was like, this seems way more appealing to me than the mud water. What does it have is, first of all, it has an amino acid stack. And I will not go through all of them, but let me just tell you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 amino acids in it. So it does say that the daily value is not established, which is true. So at least they're not lying to you on that. And I think that's pretty good. It's GMO free, dairy free, and gluten free, and keto friendly, it says. So, and then the ingredients are organic chaga fruiting body double extracted. That's mushrooms. Coffee bean extract. That's your coffee flavoring. L-theanine. Organic lion's mane. That's fruiting body extract. So that's the 2 types of mushrooms. And then it also has a nootropic blend. So type 1 and type 2 hydrolyzed collagen peptides from bovine. So to me, that has like a lot of things that I really like. And then Carrie says mushroom coffee is supposed to be much better than regular coffee. So that depends on who you talk to. For me, I don't know if it's better. I would say it's different. So I would put this in the category I do with the keto brains because it's got the nootropic and the amino acid stack. It's a supplement. And I add keto brains to my coffee when I have it. I also wouldn't add this to coffee because it has coffee extract. The other thing I will tell you though is that while this is not caffeine free, it is low caffeine. So it is, let me look and see if it says on here. It does, 80% less caffeine than regular coffee. So it's, like I said, not caffeine free, but significantly less. So it's a nice alternative. You know what? I love me keto brains. I do. I think it is like one of my favorite products. And we've been like cutting back on products, but not everything. We still love our keto chow, and keto brains is a keeper. But if I don't want that every day, I think this is a great option. I also have my gamer subs, which are nootropic, so I can really mix and match. But I will tell you, I thought it might be creamy tasting, but it's not. It's definitely, it definitely tastes of like a nice instant coffee. So if you don't like instant coffee, you definitely won't like this. But if you do like instant coffee, which has like that, I don't know, there's a weird taste to instant coffee. And I don't have a description for it because it's, to me, unique to the freeze-dried coffee. It tastes like that. So if you like that, you'll enjoy this. And Carrie says, yes, that the mud water is expensive. This was not cheap either. I don't think that I could buy it on a regular basis, but you know, I got a good deal, a coupon with an affiliate discount, and you know, I really worked it. So, and then I got an additional percentage off for first time. So really, I got it for like a quarter of what it would normally cost, which is what made it doable. It's not sustainable for me as an ongoing subscription, simply because overall cost is too high. I can't deny, though, that the nutrition in it is probably pretty good for me and my brain. So there you go. That's the mushroom coffee. Oh, Sharon said she stepped away for a minute and her cat, Charlie, took her chair. Oh, that is their way. Valius is constantly in my chair. And then he gets upset that he has to move. Like, well, you knew I was going to come sit down, you know, but evidently not. I don't know why, but I get really thirsty in the evenings. Like, I'm fine all day. Yeah. Oh, the warden says she tried this at KetoCon but didn't care for the owner was too busy flirting with ladies in the booth. Oh, that's a disappointment. Well, I mean, that's another reason then not to sustain it. I don't hate it though. It tastes pretty decent. I think though that I like regular coffee, so when Rickwin says we need a coffee meetup where everyone could try out all these different coffees to see how they like them. Ooh, that's a great idea. Maybe we could do that. You know, I have not talked to Autumn, you guys, and this is just in my head right this very second. So maybe I'll have to send an email and see what anybody thinks. And I know not everybody gets to go to Keto Palooza, but I'm sort of wondering, there's no more Patreon. And, you know, a lot of us were paying a pretty decent chunk of money to the Patreon. And so Thursday night, as the thank you for being Patreon members, we used to have a meetup before Keto Palooza. I prefer to drive during certain periods of time. So I like to go, and then that way when I get up on Friday, I have a lot of time to like go to the store and do stuff. But if there's no Patreon meetup on Thursday night before Keto Palooza starts on Friday afternoon, maybe instead of trying to combine meetups, you know, on Friday, something in my hotel room, something at the event, and here, there, and everywhere, maybe I can move my meetup to Thursday night for early arrivers to come and be social, have coffees, charcuterie, and all of that stuff. That's a promising idea. I'll have to double check. Of course, like I said, I didn't ask or have any idea or permissions or anything like that. So It's a random brainstorm right this minute. The warden says she's going to make her coffee with some mushroom cocoa mix. That sounds interesting too. Keto Simple says he'll be at Keto Palooza Thursday night. It sounds like a nice idea, doesn't it? I'm thinking that that's okay. Well, now I can taste the mushroom in addition to the instant coffee. It's not bad. I don't want to say that it's bad. I don't want anybody to get that impression that because I'm having an experience with tasting, that doesn't mean it's bad. It's just different. So it's taking me a minute. It's nice warm beverage. And boy, did I need that. Oh, and Sharon says to Shauna, they will have to adjust travel dates. Shauna says, oh, darn. So, okay, we can figure it out. Let's see. Okay, so this part, probably I could have saved some things to do here during the cooking time, but this is my dipping sauce. I don't know what to call it, but it's a Raita inspired yogurt sauce. It's not exactly Raita, which we have done on this channel before and talked about it, but the reason I went ahead and made it ahead of time is because it has grated cucumber in it, and my yogurt was like super extra thick. It was thick with the capital double C at the end. And so I needed it to have some time for, even though I squeezed the bejesus out of my cucumber, it still releases more liquid, and I needed it to have some time to do that. Plus, the cucumber, the yogurt, and the lemon all really feed together and need some time to marry. So I went ahead and I made that ahead of time. I did put all of the ingredients into the description for everything. So unfortunately, like I said, there's not exact measurements because a lot of it has to be by your feeling on how much taste you want. Okay, the warden will be back heating up the coffee. Let's see what else we got going on. More hellos. Tutu Q Cat is this yogurt you made yourself? It is a yogurt that I made myself, and then I didn't have enough, so then I added some of the Fage yogurt to it as well. It's good enough. So it's part and part. So you know what happens? You just run low on stuff. Condiment instead of sauce, tzatziki. It's like I said, it's in between the Raita and the tzatziki. So, in between. It's a custom. So, but like I said, I did put a little pinch of the garam masala and the coriander in there. It has, sorry, Shauna, it has cilantro in it, but you don't have to use cilantro in there. I use cilantro and coriander, and I put a little bit of garlic, but I put a ton of lemon in there because I love it to be extra puckery and bright and citrusy. And it plays well with the cucumber, and then all of that really, all of that bright, fresh kind of flavors to it offsets the heavy spicing of the Tikka-izing of nuggets. I'm making words up now, Tikka-izing. So let me, I thought that, you know, we hadn't been nerdy, and I'm not getting like super nerdy, but I thought I would share with you guys, let me get my dinner plate, by the way, some of the things that I thought were pretty cool about the Tikka and Tikka masala in general. I'm just going to set some here. I'm not eating like a ton of nuggets, just like 2. I got really super hungry earlier. Okay, that's probably more than I needed, but that's all right. Super hungry. So I had a little bit of food, and now I'm hungry, but I'm not like ravenous. So we'll see how it goes. Let me stick this in the fridge. Talk amongst yourselves. All right. So, but let's see. Oh, Keto Simple says he was looking at a suite for KPL, but it's a 1 bed, and he wants to split the cost with someone, but the suite was much cheaper than he thought it would be. Oh, I always get a suite. can we? I didn't book yet. Oh, maybe I need to be getting on the website and booking my hotel room. I didn't think Autumn had released the Keto Palooza block yet, though. I don't know. Maybe I should book out a block and then call and be like, hey, can you move my suite into the Keto Palooza? Oh, you booked this morning. So did she open the block? Did I miss that? Because I missed her live stream this morning. If so, I'm going to have to get on it because I have my needs. And I know that the rooms go very fast. Oh, she updated the KPL site. Oh, crap. All right, I'll have to get on it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do after the live stream while I'm eating my nugget. So tickets aren't available until the 26th. That's fine because I've had some other expenses. But if I can book my suite now, that's for the best. I would rather get my room because I know that the gulp fills up. So, okay. Oh, yeah, back to the Tikka. You guys, you got to keep on me here. I'm all over the place, as per usual. That's my way. So anyways, the Tikka masala, one of the things that I learned is that even though it has Indian profiles, it is Southeast Asian. However, the origins are British. They had a large immigrant area in Britain and in Germany, and I can't remember his name, so I'll have to get that for you guys another time. But so the Tikka masala is a British dish. They have tons and tons. Curry is very popular there. They've got curry houses. And what I read I thought was pretty interesting is that the Tikka part is the Southeastern Asian influence with all of the spices. And the masala part is more from the British side of the fence because they like a lot of gravies. How cool is that? Oh, Keto Simple says email should go out tomorrow. Oh, time to check and flip. Let me make some space for the flipping. So let's see how they're doing. I know they're not ready, but you can see that they are getting nice. Very nice. Super extra nice. Very hot. Like maybe I should be using tongs or something instead of my fingers. But really, I'm just going to burn my fingers a whole bunch. Don't do that. Use tongs because it is flipping hot. Woo. It's so nice, you guys. I am excited. Get some soap. I'm going to give them like 8 more minutes. They feel nice and nuggetized. So, delightful. I guess instead of nuggetized, croquette eyes. I think Heath is right on the money. They're croquettes. I said nuggets, they're croquettes. I put 6 more minutes, and that should finish them off just lovely. All right, let's see. Let's see. Carrie says now that he's going with chocolate, he can do his other favorite when he can get keto chow again for the chocolate peanut butter. Yeah, that's a lot to be adding back in, but if it works for you, that's awesome. And so far, we know that 2KK, Dr. Barry, and Nisha are the speakers. That's fine. You know what? I really don't. I'm not too concerned about who the speakers are. I don't really go for the speakers. I mean, not that I don't enjoy some lectures, but my big thing, I really go there to see people. If I don't go to see any speakers, but I see all my favorite people, or even some of my favorite people, because I know not everybody gets to go. That's what I'm there for. That and I also seeing my brother and the kiddos and all of that stuff. But really, seeing people is why I'm there. So it's not like completely irrelevant. Like I would probably lose my mind if Dr. Volek were booked for there. that would be a whole different story because I would be like the biggest fan girl there, and it would be like, well, okay, you know, do we need a restraining order for that Maitreya? I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm not that bad, but you know, for the most part, you know, and plus I've heard Dr. Barry and Nisha and 2KK speak a million times, so not that I don't enjoy their company, but I don't feel like I'm not going there because they're there. I'm going there because people like you, Keto Simple and Air Fry Auntie and Sharon are all there, and Bluegrass Girl, who's not here tonight. It I love going there and seeing people, you know, and hugging people and seeing Jen Delaney, and then being like, "There's too many people. Let's go someplace quiet for lunch," you know. And then being like, "Well, I miss all the people though, so now we got to hurry back," you know, like as if I have make any sense whatsoever. So, yeah. So I lost track of my train of thought because now all I can think about is my croquette nuggets, whatever I want to call them. I don't know. So let's see. Okay, so I was talking about that. I just was blown away about the idea that the tikka was the Indian influence, but from immigrants in Britain and Germany, so and Scotland. So I just thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was really an interesting fact about it. Rock Mountain Girl says one of the days he's going to have to go at least once. You know, I will tell you, if you do, make sure that you give yourself time and don't feel compelled that you have to. I mean, yes, we should go to the conference, but make sure you give yourself some time away from the conference to see some of Louisville. Louisville is stunning, and they have several really amazing tourist places to see. There's there's the Hall of Fames, and I'm just telling you also the waterfront it's absolutely gorgeous. Make sure that you spend some time, take the boat trip, do all of the things. If you don't drink, the bourbon tour is probably not for you, but I'm telling you, the museum is still fascinating. There's what is it? Is it the Jack Daniels? No, it's not Jack Daniels. Is it? Now I can't remember. I believe there's just a ton of museums. And I went to an art chocolate place last year that was absolutely stunning. So, and no, that wasn't a keto indulgence, but I ate like this little teeny tiny chocolate that like blew my mind. It was amazing. And then I got to see them make some chocolates, and the artistry to it was just absolutely fantastic. Oh, Carrie says he's 16 years no alcohol and would love to see the museum. Yeah, you don't have to drink a single drop to really appreciate the history there. It's amazing. Keto Simple says he thinks getting in Thursday will help his social battery. He booked in the West Tower. Getting away for an hour here and there helps so much. Yeah. All right. So after the live stream, that's what I'm going to do is get on there and book my hotel room. So, man, I just feel like that's what I'm doing now is booking hotel rooms. So right now, I have a long stretch without conventions, weirdly. And then in March, I have a convention. And I don't, oh, that's Hoosier Con. And then I have another little stretch through April where it's not too bad. And then May hits. And May, I immediately have Buckeye Game Fest. Our Ricci Mahjong is having a big, huge tournament here in Columbus. It's a nationally recognized tournament. And so I'm going to be helping with that. And then the week after that is Marcon. And then I think there's a week where there's not a convention. And then I hit a gay camp weekend, Origins Game Fair, Pride, Gen Con, then Matsuri Con, then Con on the Cob, and then Keto Palooza. And I'm like, that's too many conventions. All right, you guys. fogged my glasses over. Here, let me, I don't know if I can come around. Let me grab this differently. My parchment paper burned in the oven, but that's a normal thing. Check them out. You should make yours half this size. But I'm greedy. Get my tongs that are over here. My totes adorable plate. All right. And I'll just bring my plate so you can see because it's so cute. I know you guys are sick of this plate, right? But there you go. And then listen, well, wait a second before I start shoving it in my mouth. Because you know it's hot. But we'll tear it open. The inside's less impressive looking because it's cheese and chicken. But I guess you deserve to see that too. The smell. So that's the inside. And so you can see that you get like those nice paneer bits in there along with the chicken, and you can see the crust because it pulled away just a smidge on there where I tore it. Like I said, I think it's important sometimes to just play with flavors so it's not the same old. When you Hungry Eve, ketchup, how very dare you? Ketchup. No, that's why we got the Raita inspired dipping sauce. Remember, even though it looks like a regular chicken nugget, this has like a ton of spice in it. So let's see. Oh, Carrie says he tried to get the chicken through the computer screen, but it didn't work. So yeah. All right, it's time to burn my mouth because I have no patience. Let's see. Oh, and Rickwin says you can't use that for the chocolate chip cookies, Heath, and Hunger Heath. Oh my. Yeah, definitely not. Thanks, Carrie. By the way, this plate, if it looks bigger than usual, that's because it is. So I was at Cam Asian Market, and I've been getting like the my little dish sets, and the dinner plate had eluded me, and they still didn't have a purple one to match my purple set, but today they had a yellow dinner plate, so I'm getting closer. Probably if I just asked them to order me stuff, they would, but I don't know. I like going to the store anyways. Oh my God. It's phenomenal. Needed maybe more chili, or at least a spicier chili. But not for you, Shauna. Shauna, you use a mild chili powder. Oh my God, that's amazing. They're so good. And it's just so different from our usual chicken nugget. It just takes it to a whole different experience. So, and like I said, I use the paneer because the paneer stays in there in nice little chunks, which gives another layer to the nugget that's a little different from usual, but also is reminiscent of a lot of Indian dishes because paneer is a cheese that's frequently used in Indian dishes. So, yeah. And so that's why I chose that over using a mozzarella or a cottage cheese, which sounds not good to me for whatever reason, even though paneer and cottage cheese are fairly similar. And also, like if you use a cheddar, first of all, the cheddar has a flavor to it that I feel is not as complimentary, but it would melt and get the crispy burnt cheese taste in there that I don't feel is the right blend for the masala flavoring. So, Carrie says he used to like spice until he broke out. He did have a high tolerance for spice. Yeah, so you would be more cautious. You could also use the same kind of profile, and instead of the heavy Indian spicing, go with like a garlic butter flavoring, and then you would use a different dipping sauce, a barbecue or whatever. So yeah. And Tutu Q Cat says looks great. She's always looking for different ways to eat chicken. Yeah, me too. So there you go. There's our chicken tikka nuggets, and now you've learned that the tikka is actually British in origins. So blow your mind a little bit. Give me some feedback in the comments after the stream post, and let me know what you guys think about these kind of flavor profiles. Let me know what other things you might want to see, and I don't know, just leave some junk. We didn't get around to talking about meditation, which I still want to do. And again, Tutu Cat, I will get back to you. It's been a weekend. We had a close family friend pass away last night after I was already out and about. So I kind of just like the whole weekend sort of upended a little bit, and everything has just gotten away from me. So we'll be right back to normal tomorrow, though. A regular work day. It's actually a little light right now, and all of that. And same to you, the warden. We should connect up. I've got some things that we can talk about that might help you out. I agree with not renewing, by the way, your meditation app. I think we can do something better and more custom for you. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go eat my nuggets and then get ready to lay under blankets with the mattress pad all heated up and be toasty warm. So you guys have a lovely Sunday evening. I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you. Thanks for being a part of the community, and thanks for being here for my shenanigans. So you guys have a great evening. Bye-bye.